Tonight I'm going to continue to build this Ninjago City Market, so it's only 11:15. Although I do have a day off tomorrow, but I'm only going to keep it really small, just 34 and 35. I believe that we're going to build a cable car, which is a significant step, because one of the key sell point of this set is really the cable car, and so far it's actually getting more heavy and heavy. I do have the option to actually build a bit more tonight, but well, just starting from book 3, probably best to just get this thing sorted so I can start play with it, and then the next part, and probably like start building all the buildings, which is going to be a lot more straightforward. But anyway, I'm not sure if I need the stickers or not, so I just grab all the sticker sheet out, and then I make a bad decision to have all the stickers on this super flat surface, which sometimes give me some frustration. But anyway, starting from back 34, 34 and 35, to be honest, let's just kind of keep it this way. So it's only got 51. Pretty much we want halfway through the build, right? To be honest, even I don't add all the stuff, it kind of, the size already, like the final size they're gonna be probably just a little bit on top. But anyway, let's just start building this part, because I do feel like, hey, this will take a little bit longer, like it's probably like 30-35 minutes, and it's quite late. Last time I tried to continue to build a little bit more, even not that much, on a very late evening. I end up losing my temper, which is not an ideal thing. But anyway, so recently, like Lego.com and online, got like bunch of upcoming set pictures and pricing. There's so many cool stuff. My wish list already like gone past what I can afford, so I just have to wait for those sets come into discount. Hopefully some of them gonna start with 20% off, but some of the set is like, yeah, I know that like if you wait long enough there will be clearance, but I don't know, we're probably like building this while talk a lot about all these upcoming sets, right? It's crazy how many of them, but some of the pricing is ridiculous. For example, there's the there's a Harry Potter set, which is the class with all the plants. I forgot the name. It's really small size. At least from the picture, like get the idea. Like normally, that type of set should be 50-60 New dollars, but it's like 90 $90. The set itself looks really nice. I know there's some specific pieces in that particular set, but 90 is just so ridiculous. And also the tower, the main tower for the Hogwarts Castle series, it looks massive, but because of the size, it's like 450, and it's not even D2C. I know there's again some specific mold and stuff, like just because the Great Hall they like 350 or something like that, and that's like 450. So you're paying like over like 900 dollars, not for the complete castle. Though I know there's some really cool pieces. I actually skipped the Great Hall, just because I still think the first one that they released is still the best looking one. Having said that, after seeing the size of the tower, um, I'm very tempted. um, but again, it will hamper my other plans, definitely. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. And I need the one with the clips that's over here. It's gonna be quite interesting on how it can fit into the set. I have no idea. I think there might be something that I need to tie it up, so just need to be extra careful then, because I don't really want to just double check. Yep. So I got this right. So that's something going long. Anyway, all the Harry Potter sets are really good looking. Obviously, they got the series with small scale, basically every shops of the Diagon Alley. Now those one, yeah, there's some unique minifigure, but again, I'm not like a crazy Harry Potter fan, so I'm not that into like getting um, every single minifigure. Having said that, though, sometimes they have some interesting parts, so I'm counting on those parts be available on brick and pieces and some of stuff. Uh, but I already got a modular Diagon Alley. I think that's you just can't beat when they do modular. Right? So, but then the castles one, it's really tempting. They got that three-headed dogs, which is just need to be extra careful. So this small is okay. Well, it makes sense. Anyway, then what's the name of that creature? Celeboros? I don't know, but although it looks far from the actual one from the Greek mythology, but let's say very improved looking one. So that's something I do want, but I just don't know if I have the space for that though. That's the only problem. Having said that, that's really tempting. And that also means that they still haven't got the clock tower size. Something gonna come like next year. That's the real problem. And the other big problem is that the previous iteration I do have most of the set and it's still unopened. So I don't know. Let's put that aside. Lego friends have lots of cool sets coming in. This, well, if you're living in northern hemisphere, that will be the summer. For us will be winter. You can see why I'm putting a jumper on, just because it's pretty cool. If I just have my t-shirt, but yeah, that's something. Lego friends. The thing with Lego friends that they're not that expensive. A couple of cool things, and of course, the variants of like different plushies, which means I will have to get the what's that the Lego Friends Advent Calendar just for one single piece, because for the pieces for Advent Calendar, that you can't really get it from like Pick a Brick. Sometimes you can, most of the time you don't, but just look at Lego approach on what's that Pick a Brick. It's more cheaper to buy the set. Of course, I can wait for it on discount and stuff. What? Oh, okay. It's actually this way. It's quite interesting. Anyway, so Lego friends, and I like the city. That train is looking awesome. We got new animal pieces, got train station. There's so many things, right? Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that. Okay, so some very interesting stuff going on here. It doesn't really fit though. It's really long. No doubt that this part is really long, and until you kind of place on it, it's really hard to kind of balance it out. So I'll just pay super attention and doesn't help with the instruction booklet could, you know, reflecting the lights, which makes it extremely difficult um, to see and find the pieces that I need. One sometimes just very difficult. It's this one, okay, and then it just goes. Okay, okay. So there's a gap in between, so let's see. Anyway, but yeah, Lego Friends got a few things. Got the arcade, the game center. There's so many cool stuff, and I think if you get 2 or 3, then you might able to just have enough parts to modularize it. So there are plenty of things to look forward to with the new release. New pigeon pieces. Basically, Lego City, Lego Friends, Lego Dreams got some excellent parts, and of course, if you're collecting the classic Spaceman, they're gonna have the like the Build a minifigure station. They have the dark blue classic Spaceman torso, and they didn't do the air tank and the helmet, and they're doing it with the Lego Stream. So this is the set that, hey, this is actually not that cheap, even though it's not a licensed set, but um, it happens to be not selling well. The overall the theme, right? So that is something. I like, hey, do I want that right now, or do I wait for the discount? Because the hardest part with discount, you have to wait quite a long time, and by then there's some other you know great set, and so you're never gonna catch up. So that's the thing. You're never gonna catch up. And in June, the rumors say there's Simpson stuff coming out as well. So you tell me. I don't know. We need to think about how to prioritize all those. Um, this a nightmare. So I don't know. And then August with you know One Piece and stuff. So yeah, just give me a break. Oops. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit yeah. I always say it's slaughter on like everyone's wallet. Anyway, so I've got this and this with this here. Just need to get the angle right, and I've got on the other side as well. So did I get the angle right? I hope so. Yeah. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. So it's gonna. I'm not sure if you can see it. So it's kind of just going to do this. And I'm gonna. Does it clip onto this? So you can see the. I think you will have a better look once I turn this around, because I really can't turn this around right now. So don't push, too much force in between. It will definitely break the set. So yeah, if you're letting anyone on a young age to play, just remember that, tell them to not what's that? Not apply too much pressure on top, right? It's gonna. I don't think it's just as simple as you can rebuild. It might snap some of the bricks depending on. I think when it's new, then you might be able to rebuild it, but when it's getting age and the plastic might become a little bit less durable. Let's say that's when you need to take extra care. And this is how it goes on this side. So we've got the whole. It's yeah. I mean, it's the track. It's more like I don't know. If it's a cable car, you actually get cable going through lots of stuff. You got like, the gondola. You got that tower with the wheels connecting the cable. But this one more like, hey, having a track that kind of drag them over. So it's like different mechanism. So it's not really a cable car. But I guess you can't really create the cable car in Lego in this scale because there are like tons of specialized pieces that you will need to actually make that happen. So let's flat out. I don't know. I need to do 2 of this. Okay. But yeah, look forward to all the new releases. I'm not sure whether we're gonna get them early, but I'm pretty sure some of the online site will have a 20% off. Now the question is, should I splash out to get everything early at 20% off? I don't think I can afford that, nor is financially responsible to do that. Maybe pick a few must have, but then if I don't do it early, then that means that how many? Okay, let's just flip over. Okay. So it's actually quite interesting. Okay, so just you can't really see what I'm doing on here, but anyway, talking about the 20% off, it's like, hey, you need to wait quite a while until you get similar discount, because usually after the launch, and it goes back to mostly what's that? Oops. Oh yeah, after the launch, usually it goes back mostly okay, right here. I don't get all confused. Ah, okay, it just needs to goes in, and here it's going to turn this way, right? Okay. Um, and the one this, yeah, let's go back to 10-15%. So it's a bit difficult. I mean, you have to wait quite long. We'll see, because I don't have the space. Okay. At the same time, what I'm trying to say. Okay, let this here. Okay, it's on the other side. Okay. At the same time, you have no space, and don't really have the time. So like, just just think about what I can afford in June. So, and also in June there's also that new Bricklink Design Program series fund crowdfunding that Dracula Castle is definitely something that I would prioritize on. That's something really good. Although you pretty much pre-order and you're not going to get the set until like 6 months later, so which going to be quite helpful, I would say. And I'm not sure this is the best way to play this. It does feel a little bit loose there. Okay. Oops. Okay. See, that's why I'm saying like I'm gonna get through this tonight, because there's actually quite a few things to sort out. Okay. Here. Okay. Alright. Sometimes while having all these leaves and stuff can look really cool, but at the same time it's quite time consuming, because you need to pay attention to it or you're gonna make a terrible mistake. Yep. Where is it? This one go? Okay. This one goes right here in the middle. Right? Okay. And then got two more. Which is very similar, same angle, same thing. But sometimes all this seems simple, but actually not that simple to put together sometimes. So, especially in the instruction booklet, like you can't really see the actual angle. So there's a certain degrees of improvisation. I'm not sure if this is the right word, but basically, once you put it together, you need to adjust yourself. Like, does it make sense to you? Okay. Sometimes it doesn't, because just how the things is being shown and the instruction booklet can makes it very this is why it's difficult sometimes. Okay. Right. I think this is how it's supposed to look. What? But where? Okay. Is this one here? Yeah, it seems like it. Can't see. I feel like this is the part where needs to connect to it. This one is a bit loose, but I think that's alright. Okay, and now we're actually building the carriage, the actual cable car itself. I wonder how it will connect to it though. I do think that this part will have this completed, and the next part will be just some buildings, but we'll see. Okay, so is this the sign of it? I can't, get myself or my head around which side it's actually facing. So I just have to follow the instructions. Okay. So this just feel like the top is here. Don't know. Sometimes like, hey, that's why I want to get through some of the parts before I have a sneak peek on what's happening at the end before I start doing anything about it. Okay, it's fairly interesting here. This is the parts. So is it like this or is it like this? I don't know. It seems pretty large to me in comparison of that this is large at all, so just need to get all these parts together so I can see exactly what does it look like. Okay, I think it's this way, so this is actually the centers. So I think one side is blocked and one side isn't. It'll be quite interesting. Interesting use of this transparent bar here as well. Much more straightforward on this end. Okay. Hopefully the action will work without completing the set, and if you try to play with it now, it doesn't hamper the rest of the build. So that I'm pretty sure, like, if you take apart all this stuff on top, it's pretty much kind of final on this area. Okay. And I feel like this is actually the front window. Let's see. Okay. This is a moment that I realized that I need to build two. I just saw the 2 times. I didn't see it the first time. Okay. No, I may be wrong. So that's definitely not the front, but the side. But the thing is, it already used a majority of the bricks, so I think we're getting there. Just sometimes it just doesn't go as smooth as I would have hoped. Okay. This is I was thinking of something, but I forgot that I needed to do. But anyway, I'm actually going to see, Thunderbolts tomorrow with the day off. I've been avoiding internet to avoid spoilers. I already got spoiled. I didn't actually see the scene, but I know what one of the, well, not the entire thing, but kind of like, okay, the post credit will tie into Fantastic Four. So, but at least the whole movie is not being spoiled yet. So yeah, tomorrow I definitely will continue to build this. So probably in tomorrow's video I'll talk about my thoughts on Thunderbolts. Maybe I should do a movie review video. I haven't done that in a long time, but again, I'm not going to rely on any visuals. So why don't I just do the review while I'm building Lego set, right? There's no point for me to making special video on the Thunderbolts review, because like using even images or clips on trailer, and I don't really have the license to distribute those. So like in extreme cases, and it's being deemed that I have breached the copyright, and I'll be in trouble. So interesting. Okay. So, this here. Okay. So very interesting thing, and then we need the sticker. Okay. Alright. What's the sticker number 26? There's some advertisement rather than the wondering what's this cable car called. Okay, so this one can go here, I think. And then this one can go. I mean, there's 3 sticker sheets. I don't think, just considering the size of the set, there's not that many stickers to be honest. And then this will be it. Okay. So how do you fit the person into that? Okay. Let's let me say important steps. It's just right here. Okay. See, this is why I'm saying, hey, I will be very ambitious if I, try to, build the next 2 back as well. So it's actually pretty small, to be honest. Okay. It doesn't really have a window. I mean, it's got an open window, but not like windows. You know what I mean? Okay. Just this thing. What? What? Damn it. This may part again. Didn't know that. Okay. Okay. See? Yeah. When you make mistakes, usually you don't realize until it's the end. No wonder it's like when I try to go through, I thought, hey, something wrong, something missing, because indeed there's something missing. Okay. Okay. Oops. This is the part where it's not really stable, so just need to make sure that you don't kind of press too much inwards, because otherwise it will not work. And needed the sticker, just 18, and this is the cable car logo. Okay, so just be careful applying the sticker. Okay, good. Sometimes I do wish some of these are printed, but what can you do about it, right? And I think it will take me a few moments on getting this linked up properly. And so, in order for people to go in and kind of flip open, it's a really nice carriage though, but I think it's not the most detailed one. This is when we do the locking mechanism onto the card. It'll be interesting to see how it works, because I see some, the videos on LEGO showcasing how it's going to work, but I really don't know in person. I think it would be a pretty cool experience to actually see it working and play with it. Okay, alright, we've got this here. Oops. Alright. Instruction booklet. I always make mistake in the instruction book. It's like all the arrow kind of pointing, not the easiest to see places. Okay, so this one goes to here, and then this is the other one. Okay, and this one. So some interesting pieces that I haven't seen before. And how this gonna go? Okay, so just right here. Right. Step 809. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, but let me a part though. This part shouldn't be here. Let me see before I get to that point. Where did I make a mistake? I don't think it will be inside. Probably like somewhere around here. I miss this step. Let's go through here. Oh, okay. It's this part here. So yeah, definitely missing something. Okay, now get back on how to put this cable car Yeah, so I think it's just like this, and I need this out. Okay. Mm, so I'm gonna have this connected first. Oh, okay, so there's a pretty good mechanism. I wonder if the string will hold it enough though. But it's pretty cool. So I've got this cable car connected to it. I just put the spare piece aside. Um, and how do I move it? Anyway, I just put everything in. I've got, back 34 and 35 done. Um, as expected, the cable car is connected now, I believe. The rest of the building next time, but if I kind of move it towards here, and then once again the trading card in the mailbox just kind of keep dropping out. Oops. So I wonder if they can find a way to not make it drop out. So maybe it's here. Yeah. So if I turn here, then you can see the cable car will land into the station, and hopefully it doesn't hit any minifigure. Just about the right height. So if someone having a Mohican hairstyle or slightly taller, like having an air tank, then it would not work. But this is actually pretty cool. I wonder if there's some other mechanism. And I think this part is there's two parts. So like we need to turn it on. So whoa, kind of land onto the station. And is that it? Yeah, that's it. So what? Ah, did I make a mistake? What? I might have made a mistake because it's kind of blocking the way. Luckily, I tested out because otherwise, so this is nightmare. I only realized that now. Um, so, yep, yeah, I made a mistake in having it facing outwards. So if I kind of move it here, then it will just land at the right place. And, although it might not be aligned, but I think because there's a platform there, so this is actually pretty cool. I think can you motorize it? Probably you can, but it will be like kind of external. But really love how the cable car works. It's not your traditional cable car, because this one kind of act as a cable. It's more like the track kind of going up and down. But anyway, I've got the key mechanism, or the distinctive parts compared to other Ninjago City done. And I know there's like quite a bit frustrations on the rest of the build on getting some of the action feature right, but having this card is brilliant. I think I will definitely highlight this in the in-depth review, which maybe still a week or two away. But I did enjoy the mechanism. But tonight, I think it's time to stop because I actually think it actually took longer than expected. So it's time for me to go to bed. So I've got enough energy to watch the movie tomorrow morning, and hopefully tomorrow I'll continue to start building all the other parts. So um, I do feel like it will take me another week to actually finish the set and then kind of empty out some of the shelf space, and I think it would be good to put this in between the old Ninjago City and also the Ninjago City Garden. How about the docks and the workshop? I'm not sure when I'm going to build those. The thing is, the dock I bought it long time ago when it first released. I'm glad that I did that. I just didn't have the time. We need to figure out how to get that work. But I always been loving the Ninjago City set. This one is pretty cool. But tonight is good night.